stopped and ate it. Yep. Start spinning again. Yep. So I'm on Devil's Lake, North Dakota. Using snook on the tip up here. And literally 7 minutes before I missed this one. I'm gonna go again for him. Here we go. Oh, nice fish. Big pike.
Big one?
Never mind. Oh, that's a nice fish.
Not bad.
Yep. Oh, I thought he was bigger than that, but you know what? First is a fish out here. It's my first fish on smell. So, anyways, there he is. It's cold, so I think we're gonna ice this one. Actually, came out, drove 6 hours or so. So, there he is, you guys. So, you guys stay tuned for some more action. We got some more fish coming your way.
People. And that's how it's done.
Let's see him.
Just not a bad guy, but be a good eater. You know, almost lost him at the hole though. Oh, squirmy little guy. Well, be perfect for the frying fish today. They've been pretty finicky. We've been marking quite a bit, but no matter what we do, we've just been having the hardest time getting these things to bite. We've tried everything from rattlings, like Lindy rattling flyers, and everything to stuff that doesn't even make a noise, like slender spoons, and we found that the perch talker worked pretty good today for our perch. But what I've been using now is a clam blade spoon, and we're just tipping that with the minnow head. Silver on the back. We found that gold and green have been yellow and green have been working the best, but it's been a hard time getting these fish. They've been so finicky. Let's drop back down and see if we can get another one.
Got him.
White's on fire over here. Just killing it. Just these little
This right here is what we were up here for. Drove 6 hours to get these guys. Let's hope we get some more. Let this guy go though. We're just up here for a little catch and release with these walleyes. Don't want to keep anything too big. Got him.
Attaboy.
Attaboy.
Nice, sir.
Good one. Good one.
Good one. Good one. Alright folks, we finally found a nice hump. We've been struggling so hard this weekend. You know, we've beat the crap out of all of our machines. We've beat the crap out of ourselves. Everyone's has had a hard time. We've all, you know, been draining ourselves out here on Devil's Lake. It's really kicked our butt. Finally, we decided to pick up and we moved to a slower spot. I got another fish on right now. And we finally decided to move to a different spot. No people are around here. We had to walk out too. So it was a little difficult. Finally, we got on some fish. As you saw, we caught a nice fish on a tip up. We've caught a couple nice fish with the jigging spoons and stuff like that. Luke's been killing it over there. Ben killed it over there. Got some nice fish. Got a tip up. Now we're getting these fish. They're running these humps. These humps are probably the best thing to sit on Devil's Lake, right guys?
Yes. Yeah, I'd have to agree. It's our last day out too, so it's nice to kind of get into some fish on our last night out. And we're getting some pretty good eaters here. Nothing big yet. Hoping to get into some big tanks, but
we're gonna put a lot of these fish on ice because, you know, like I said, we've not really been doing that well. You know, this is our first time out here. We were not guided at all. We weren't told where to go really. Haybale Heights has helped us, you know, with kind of giving us a little area, but we've pretty much picked every spot we've gone to, and you know, we learned that we're not that great at it, but now we are. We're really dialing in Devil's Lake, you know. I feel like Cody and White have been researching a lot what they could do online, you know. Navionics has helped us a lot, but definitely trying all these different spoons and whatnot have really been killing it. I got another fish here.
So, we're staying at a resort called Haybale Heights. It's actually a nice little resort located on the east bay of Devil's Lake. I don't know what they offer. A few different things. They have, looks like all season, well,
Yeah,
campgrounds.
Yep.
Snow bears in the winter. They have lodging. If the weather's working for them, they have the shacks out on the ice you can go stay in, and I mean it's a good group of guys run it too. I mean,
yeah, they're very helpful in helping us do what we got to do to get on fish. Like I said, you know, they didn't really help much, but they gave us kind of some pointers on what they would do because it's been really slow. You know, they're trying to find the fish also, and you know, when we can find the fish, you know, that really makes us feel pretty good and confident about what we're doing. So, but no, Lucas at Haybale Heights has really helped us a lot. You know, like I said, we beat the crap out of the wheelers, the snowmobiles, and he offered to let us put our equipment in his garage to let him warm up and make sure we could, you know, break all the ice off of it because everything had snowpack in it, hard ice, everything like that. So, you know, we really want to thank them guys for all they've helped us with so far in this trip and whatnot, for getting us a little more excited about fishing and not making it so dreadful.
I definitely think next year we're going to be planning our trip around end of February, beginning of March, just so we can have the chance at a little bit warmer weather so we can be more mobile. And the bite on Devil's Lake also picks up a little more come that time, and the pike are going to be more active so we can throw some more tip-ups out and hopefully get some big tanks that we're still hoping for tonight as the night goes on. But
I mean, we got up here last Wednesday, and today's now Saturday night.
Yeah.
It's been negative 20 without the wind the whole time.
No matter what.
It's not gotten any warmer. We have a little breeze, so it's a little cooler. I mean, it's probably negative 25, negative 30th wind chill. I mean,
yeah, this morning we
brutal.
woke up to negative 40 wind chill, so we braved it out. We went out there, you know, we were being careful with skin being out.
Yeah,
up
I think
against the wind and stuff.
half hour and between negative 20 or something, you can get frostbite, so you guys be careful of that too.
yeah, we're very, very lucky we didn't get the winds like they were expecting. They were expecting 15 to 25 mile an hour winds, and man, with what we have with the wheelers out here and the snow that we have out on this lake, it would have been a disaster. I don't know if we would have been able to make it out on some of the spots we went to, and definitely see the point on why they have snow bears out here. They can have glare ice in some spots out here, and the other spots they can have drifts with 3 feet of snow on them, and with four-wheelers it just bogs it down.
You know, we've had one wheeler working pretty well, but it still is very sketchy riding out, you know. This time we decided to walk because it wasn't too far of a
Here's
walk.
a fish right here.
We got another fish.
There he is.
Another one. Wyatt is just killing it for sure. You know, this is all live right now. Like, no cuts right now. This is straight up. This is what's gonna happen once you find these fish. They're gonna be around here for sure. Especially when you find them break points where them fish are running.
Another nice eater.
That's a good walleye there,
That is a nice one.
Good Devil's Lake. Walleye.
Just one after another. Yep. Gonna get back down there. We'll ice this guy too.
Looks like he's catching it on that clam. What is that called?
Blade spoon.
The clam blade spoon.
Yep.
So that one's probably pushing 17, 18 right there. So that's a good fish, definitely.
Now, I don't know if you can see that. GoPro's on wide angle, but yeah, white and black clam blade spoon with a glittery silver back to it, and all we're doing is tipping it with a minnow head, and it seems to be doing the trick.
Which rig is he set?
Yeah, you should do that. Oh.
The first perch. You caught a perch. First Devil's Lake perch right here.
Nice.
What a beast. Yeah, it's been a really hard week.
Beast from the east, we
No,
said.
it's
Probably about 11.
Yeah, I'd say 11. Film. Yeah.
Yeah, count it as 11.
That's 11.
It's 11.
Nice Devil's Lake perch. About dang time. Awesome.
What a specimen.
What a specimen. That's a little
Walleye.
Just a little willy. Oh,
A
wow.
little perch.
That has got to be the smallest Devil's Lake perch out there. It's got to be small as that big. All right, we decided to take a little move, so we moved onto basically an entire different section of Devil's Lake, and I just dropped down, and this guy just shot up. I didn't even have time to get anything set up or have my camera rolling, so yeah, not a bad little walleye. Good time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, here he comes. Ooh, little caught up the transducer, but not a bad walleye at all. Nice. On the tumbler spoon right there, we got a UV color and then also orange accents to it. So yeah, probably pushing about 16, 17 inches right there. Good Devil's Lake walleye.
Got one on, Cody?
Eater. Yep, so I got I don't know, he's only about 11, maybe 12 inches long. He's a minimum eater for us. He might be, yeah, he's probably 12, so. I don't know, it's the first walleye I caught this whole trip actually, so. I mean, I don't know. We'll ice him, we'll eat him. Alright fans, this is the end of our Devil's Lake trip. It was a lot of work, a lot of brutal conditions and everything, so we're going to talk about what we ended up doing.
So,
how we caught these fish.
with fishing this whole week and whatnot, with the cold weather hitting us real hard with negative 40-degree wind shields and negative 20-degree weather, these fish really pushed deeper than what we thought they were going to be at, you know. It took us a couple days to kind of, you know, move around, look at different stuff, start figuring out where these fish could be. So popping holes, moving around really helped keep us on these fish. You know, perch and walleyes, they like to travel around the structure, you know, look for different types of, you know, flooded timber in this area. Devil's Lake is just great for this flooded timber, actually. The main lures that we actually started using were, you know,
We used the ripping wraps, perch colored. We used the Lindy Rattle flyers, the Lindy Chubby Darters, and then the clam blade spoon. We'll get you some pictures or something up on the video here. So we caught lots of fish today. The first day we were here, we caught,
you know, we got a handful of fish, you know, we varying in sizes really, you know, we got some, you know, smaller little fries from walleyes, which is kind of weird, you know, we were not used to catching stuff like that, but it's nice seeing different variety of fish coming out of this lake, you know, with the bigger walleyes where you can get up in that 20 plus range with these shrimp that they've been eating, really put some fat on these fish where we're not used to that in Minnesota. Even with the perch, you know, the bellies on them just get enormous. But, you know, you just gotta keep working on them, and you just gotta, you know, figure out what they want to eat on. So, you know, different stuff like what the...
we were trying lots.
We were switching it up. What you were using?
VMC tumbler spoons, tingler spoons.
Rattling stuff, right?
Buckshots. I mean, there's a whole variety we use.
You know, we just kept on opening up that tackle box and seeing what we could find. But, you know, in the end,
it ended up pretty well once we found the fish. The perch, we were in 20 to, I don't know, 23 foot of water we were catching the perch in, tight to the bottom, as he said. For the walleyes today, we actually moved up shallow onto there's a hump out there in the middle of this. There's like a 15-foot basin that came up to 8 foot on top. So on top, what we did is we set up 2 tip-ups, and here in Devil's Lake, we can use hot dogs, smelt, and live chubs on our tip-ups. That's it. No shiners, no suckers like we're used to in Minnesota. So I rigged up a couple of my quick strike rigs, and I bought some smelt, and we produced 1 pike today. I missed a nice one, but that's it. That's how it goes sometimes. The walleyes, I mean,
like what we were saying, yeah. Right away, we had two different groups going on. We had us, me, and 2 other guys fishing in the shallow, well, no, deeper water actually.
Yeah, you guys
we're right around that 13, 14 feet up this hump where they were fishing a little bit higher up on that basin side. Where earlier in the day, right around that 2 o'clock time, we were getting some walleyes actually down there. But right when night hit, boom, fish were just on fire up there.
Yeah, we hopped up on, we're about 11 to 10 foot up on top of this this little hump came out, and there's a little tiny plateau on top, if you want to say it. And it was just down from the top of the 8-foot hump. It was a perfect little shelf. So we sat up right on that, and as soon as the night came down, we had fish after fish after fish coming in. And like we said earlier, we caught, I don't know, 25 to 30 5-inch walleyes. I mean, small, throughout the weekend, of course. So those obviously all went back, and that's a good year class that's rising. So in, I don't know, 4 years, you're gonna have a lot of nice walleyes.
Exactly. And with these really, you know, aggressive baits, like what we were saying, we're really working that great, but when you shake that rattle in there, those fish would just, boom, just pop right up on that screen. And if that person right next to you were using that little bit, you know, lower, slower action lure right there,
Even without a rattle.
yeah, even without that rattle, you would get those fish just get on that lure and just hammer it. Which, you know, we can't complain for that at all. So, personally, you know, it wasn't a bad trip at all. We had a good time, had some nice, you know, moments where we started figuring out what we needed to do and get on this fish.
The weather we've been experiencing, it's been bad. I mean, it's negative 25 out right now, and we've been dealing with negative 40-degree wind chills. I mean, that's terrible. I mean, the second day we went out there, we decided we were going to check out this new spot that, you know, they hooked us up with. We went out there, and the snowmobile went right through everything, no problem. Four-wheeler got stuck. I mean, we had two-wheelers out there. One of them had enough clearance to make it through some of the spots with a little work, but it made it, you know. The other one wasn't happening. We got stuck probably 50 times. I mean, it was rough. We really pounded on our equipment this week.
We'd love to thank haybale Hieghts. They've made some awesome accommodations for us that we can't imagine any other resort doing. Last week I was out with my family, and we did the guided snobear trip out through haybale Heights here, and what an awesome experience that was. They put us on some really sweet fish, and the first day we went out, from sunrise to 2:30 is the perch bite, and they put us on 35 perch, and they range from 11 inches all the way up to 13 inches, and we even got a couple that were pushing 14, and let me tell you, those fish pushing 14, there's some tanks. I mean, look at the belly on this one. This one's about 12 inches, and that's all from those shrimp in this lake. Those shrimp are packing protein, and they just boost these bellies on these perch. After 2:30, that becomes a walleye bite. The walleyes we caught about 10 of them. They were 16 to 22 inches, and our average walleye was probably 18 and 19, and they were about 3 to 4 pounds. Now, what was different about this last week was the weather. The weather we had was mid-20s. It was cloudy the first day, and then sunny the second. And our second day was a little slower. We only got about 12 perch and another 10 walleyes. They were still hitting, but it's all about the weather with these fish, we found out. It's always going to be changing. There's nothing you can do that. You're going to always have fish at this spot. They're moving around, and they're just going to keep cruising. But weather's the biggest thing you can play a factor in, and we want to plan a trip next year between February and middle of March. We think that's going to be the prime time to get out there. From what we've heard from our guides and everything,
You got a beautiful place here, awesome guides, awesome people here for sure. They're awesome. They helped us with our four-wheelers and stuff like that, thawing them out, and you know, all in around, this trip was actually a good test of how good we are together and how good of a team we can be, because like we said, we broke down almost everything, and we actually kicked ass this week. I can't explain how much. Like today, we just got out there, we got set up in less than 30 minutes, and it was just
unpacked.
awesome.
Also, you know, unpacked to go back home in less than 30 minutes. That's
So, you know, this was an awesome test for all of us guys to get out here, and, you know, we can conquer anything now. So, I feel really good about this trip. And make sure to always like and subscribe our YouTube videos and stuff like that. You guys want to see this stuff. We got some cool things coming, so make sure to like and subscribe, and check out our Facebook, Instagram, also our Snapchat too. We'll have all the links in the description below, and contact us with any information. We're always going to have that hot bite. So you guys, just like I said, keep in contact. We're going to be doing some awesome things. So we all want to thank you guys for everything you guys have done. We're growing. You know, we're having fun. You know, this is all of our dream. We don't want to work anymore. We're sick of it. We're only 20 years old and we're sick of working. You know, we want to make this dream come true. So you guys can help us do that by liking and subscribe to our videos. Thanks.
Chase the buzz.
Peace.
Chase the buzz.